Have you ever heard of the South Korean age system? Bet you didn't know it's completely different from the rest of the world's age counting. 1 year old the second you're born? Sounds crazy, right? But in South Korea, that's how it works. And it's been this way for thousands of years. Stick around because we're diving into how this unique age system affects everything, from dating to social interactions, and why South Korea might be changing it. All right, so hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and let's get started. These days, we're all pretty familiar with Korean culture, right? I mean, who hasn't heard of K-pop, K-dramas, or even tried some of that delicious Korean barbecue? But there are some things in South Korea that are way different from what we're used to. And it's honestly mind-blowing how unique their way of life can be. Well, here's something you might not know. We know that in most countries, your age is based on the year you were born, right? You know, you turn 1 year older every time your birthday rolls around, dot. But in South Korea, that's different, dot. So, let's break this down real quick. In South Korea, when you're born, you're immediately considered 1 year old. That's right, not 0 like most of the world, but 1. They actually consider the time a baby spends in the womb as part of their age. So, when a baby is born, they're automatically considered to be 1 year old, and the time spent in the mother's womb is counted as part of that age. This practice comes from the traditional way of counting time, where the months spent in the womb are included, meaning babies are technically 1 year old right from birth. But here's the twist. Every January 1st, everyone ages another year, regardless of when your birthday actually is. So if you're born on December 31st, the very next day, you're already considered 2 years old. In fact, this system of counting age is rooted in ancient traditions and the way time was historically measured, which makes it so different from the international system we're used to. And here's the wild part. The age you go by in the US or Europe is actually your international age, which is based purely on your birth date. But in South Korea, it's all about the Korean age. Talk about a confusing way to figure out how old you are, right? Now, this unique way of counting age affects a ton of things in everyday life. For one, it changes the way people celebrate birthdays. Let's say you're 25 in international years, but you're actually 26 in Korean years. In South Korea, people will often give you birthday wishes based on your Korean age, which is a year older than what you think you are. It also impacts how people interact with each other. For instance, when you meet someone, it's not just about your real age, it's about your Korean age. And this can actually impact how people view you. Age plays a huge role in respect and hierarchy in South Korean culture. If you're older, you're expected to be treated with more respect, especially in more formal situations. People might even speak to you differently or use specific honorifics based on your age. It's a major part of social life, and it can create some awkward moments, especially if people are unsure of whether to use your Korean age or international age when addressing you. Since age is so important in South Korea, if you're 1 year older in Korean age, you could be seen as more mature or respectable. And while this system has been in place for centuries, there's a growing conversation in South Korea about possibly changing it. Why? Well, for one, it's confusing, especially in today's globalized world where everyone uses the same international age system. As South Korea becomes more connected to the rest of the world, the traditional age system starts to feel a bit outdated. Plus, it can cause problems in legal matters. For example, a person might be considered an adult in Korean age, even if they're technically younger by international standards. This mismatch can lead to confusion in things like voting, drinking age, or even marriage laws. As a result, the government has been seriously considering reforms to standardize age in a way that aligns more with international norms. But here's the thing. While some people are all for changing the system, many South Koreans still value the tradition. The idea of age being tied to respect and social status is deeply rooted in the culture, so it's not something people are willing to give up easily. In fact, younger generations, especially millennials and Gen Z, are the ones pushing for change. They argue that the Korean age system doesn't really fit the modern world anymore, especially as many people already use the international system in their daily lives. So, it's a real debate happening right now. Should they keep it old school or move towards something more globally accepted? What do you think? Should South Korea keep this unique age system, or is it time for a change? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you think. And if you enjoyed this wild, deep dive into South Korean culture, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing facts about our world. Well, that's it for today, guys. See you in the next video. Peace!